below a certain percentage. And if
Oh,
there's no
interesting.
fruit on the package, they're not allowed to say that it's a fruit drink.
Oh, I had no idea. That's interesting.
I'd heard
That's
it before
cool.
somewhere, but and
pretty
yeah, I don't know
smart.
the specifics, but my wife found it too recently because there's like an apple juice that she's dying to try when we get there.
Yeah,
It's almost like having regulations about this kind of stuff is a good thing.
wild. It could never
Yeah.
happen.
And they do the date the Japanese way too. I was like, wait, this expired in 2007. No, it didn't.
Month,
It
day,
expires
year.
in 2026.
Yeah.
It's year, day,
Oh,
month.
year, month. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, are you guys ready to get started?
I mean, about as ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
Yeah, ditto. Okay, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to a brand new episode of That Video Game Podcast, aka TVGP. I'm your very under the weather host, Boston, joined as always by Moonbeer
Howdy.
and the Nimp.
Hello.
I'll do a very quick plug here for our Patreon page, patreon.com/E1M1 or E1M1.cash.
Those ones are the digits one.
$5 a month tier is a recommended one. Get more details over there so I can save my voice. Did want to mention it's the final week to play 1993's Doom, our most recent, actually current Game Club game. Reminder, you only have to play the first 3 episodes. The 4th episode came out for Final Doom, and that's not what we're covering. Final Doom came out in, I think, 95. So we're only going to be covering the first 3 episodes for that show. You should go play that if you haven't played that before. My recommended version is the 2024 version for consoles. It has a really solid cheat code system inside of it. And then you'll have to type in ID SPISPOPD in the console window to do no clip. So, you know, save your fingers quite a bit.
Doom one is IDGAF, right?
IDKFA. That's the one
Okay.
for
what one was IDGAF?
the internet.
I mean, I know that one.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be curious to see. I don't remember that being in any of the originals, but that'd be fun if it was. Okay. Moon, turn it over to you. What's your score update, and then what games have you played?
Basically no score update this week. Well, there is obviously, but no increase just because this week was hell. The score currently is 739,280, so it's only like 100 up from last week, which is obviously way below the 6,000 per week I need, but I don't care because there's a couple of weeks when I'm going to get like 10,000, which is fine.
Yeah.
At least that's what you're banking on right now, anyway.
Yeah, it'll all even out.
Well, the first 3 weeks I was hitting like 15 grand a week, so like I'm fine, like kind of thing. I'm not too concerned.
But then, you know, it comes November and you're like, huh.
The tortoise starts catching up, and you're like,
Listen, man. I've already got 2 weeks of vacation planned, and I don't have the money to go anywhere. So do you know what I'm going to be doing during those 2 weeks?
Clear out the old hard drive.
Video games.
Yep.
Time to beat it all. Don't veto on the title for that right now.
Yep. I didn't even hear it, so you're safe.
Okay. If you heard it, no, you didn't.
That's right.
Okay, so. I mean, look, I'm just going to start with Arc Raiders. Again, caveat at the top here. Contracted generative AI for the voice acting in this one. Do you guys remember when PUBG first came out and like the battle royale genre suddenly became that wonderful thing, especially PUBG because it's so quote unquote realistic.
Yeah.
It became that whole tension thing of like you go into a building full of tension because you don't know the thing that's to do with them.
Anybody could be hiding in the bathtub. You never know.
Yeah. Anybody can be hiding in the bathtub, you know, people might be friendly. Well, PUBG, they're definitely not going to be friendly because it's just PvE kind of thing. But like that sensation, that like gut sensation where your stomach just drops a little bit and like you're like, I don't know how this is going to go. This game is phenomenal at that sensation over and over and over again. Like on every round, you get it a couple of times because like something will happen. It'll be, here comes a Rocketeer, and you don't have any Wolfpack rounds. I really wish I had the Wolfpack blueprint. Like, I want the Wolfpack. Give me the Wolfpack.
What
I
do
need the
Wolfpack rounds do?
So the Wolfpack, so you get this basic grenade, which is called a Seeker grenade. You can get the blueprint pretty early. And the Seeker grenade is a grenade that doesn't target humans, but you throw it in the air, it explodes, and then it fires a singular missile that goes and hits and whatever arc is closest to it.
Oh, okay.
A Wolfpack is that same thing, but 20 missiles come out of it.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I can see why you want that, yeah.
I was gonna say, when did Wolfpack become the nomenclature for that? Because it used to just be cluster.
Right.
Like,
I mean, yes.
I don't mind it, but like the first thing I thought of when you said Wolfpack was Gallahorn from Destiny.
Right, true.
Because it's the exact same idea.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Wolfpack does sound super cool, though.
It does, yeah. I was just curious.
I mean, Wolfpack is the new nomenclature, like you said. Like, you're right. Cluster grenade used to be the best, and now it's not. It's Wolfpack, which I love. I'm fine with that. But like the game does that a lot, where like you've got there's a pistol in the game called the Beretta because the Beretta is a copyrighted brand of firearm. But like I want a Wolfpack because the Wolfpack is the strongest thing that can help take down some of these big boys. Like sometimes, so like when the trials this week are like hunt down Leapers and Rocketeers is the two I have left to go. The Rocketeers are exactly what they say on the tin. They're just giant versions of the regular drones that fire rockets at you and will two-shot you, essentially.
Jeez.
If they hit you twice, you're pretty much done. They're very, very, very difficult to take down by yourself. The other one is the Leaper, which, if you have a fear of spiders, the Leaper is designed to trigger everything in your fear of spiders.
Oh, boy.
Because I think it's got 6 legs, tiny little ball in the middle, 6 legs that come out off of it, and when it spots somebody, it jumps to them.
Oh boy!
So, but the way the physics in this game work, it jumps interestingly. So like the legs will take off from the same point, but because the land might be like angled slightly, the legs are all wibbling in the air or at like a diagonal angle, trying to like keep it in balance. It's horrifying and terrible at the same time, especially if you have arachnophobia.
Is that the one that I've seen run up a wall too, or is that just the jumping one?
It can probably... I don't think it can run up walls, but it will leap and try and grab onto everything as much as it can.
Okay, because I saw a video of one, like, they were inside something, like an underground thing probably, and it's a pretty decent-sized looking robot. And as it's charging them, it starts running up the side of the wall, and then just kind of goes to the ceiling, and then just drops down.
Terrifying.
Exactly, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is, but
that sounds like the Leaper kind of motion. Because the other big things that I've seen so far, like the Bastion and the Bombardier, they are very much more bug-like looking things, where they're big bodies with tiny little legs that come out the bottom of them. So it wouldn't surprise me if that was the Leaper, just trying to get... honestly, it was probably just jumping to get access, and it just hit that physics point where it slid up the wall kind of thing. Because, again, I cannot give enough credit to the physics work in this game. It's insanely good looking. The physics are so good on the drone enemies. And, like, you could shoot the legs out from these things, too. Like, they have weak points on, like, their legs, so you can shoot the knees and put them down for a while. Like, the game is insane, and it's so fun to just run around. And like, there was a couple of runs this week where things went bad. It always seems to happen when I'm playing with Rob, and he keeps saying that it's my fault. But all I'm saying is I don't get killed while I'm playing by myself.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and Rob probably doesn't either. I mean, maybe it's just both of you.
Like, yeah, like 2 chemicals mixed with like magnesium and water.
That's right.
You're a bad couple to have in an extraction shooter.
That's right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could give us the Bad Romance song, and it would probably be our theme tune, to be completely honest. But like it's one of those things. Like we had a couple of runs, like we went in one direction, things went bad, so we did a couple of free runs, and it was just like, yeah, this is great. Like we went in, did a bunch of free loadouts, walked out with a bunch of additional stuff. Like the game never feels too punishing, even when I'm getting shot in the face by random strangers. Like it's like whatever, it is what it is, kind of thing at this point.
That free loadout thing is such a smart idea.
It's so clever. And especially because like you can then trade those free loadouts for like level 1 of the other loadouts. It's genius. I got fed up with my inventory being full, like my stash being full at home base though. So now I'm just literally leveling up because the guns have upgrade levels. So every gun has like just a rating of 1. They can go up to 4. That increases like fire rate and reload speed and durability, that kind of thing.
Nice.
So I'm just going through my guns and I'm spending as much resources as I can upgrading every single one of my guns, so that when I lose a run, I don't have to sit there and spend 20 minutes reloading my loadout to try and get it set up correctly. I just be like, okay, I need another level 4 anvil. I've got 6 of those in my inventory now, so that's fine. I can just pull it out, stick it in, and go. Started doing that just to give myself something to do. Give myself. That's very English. And I did unlock... I hate myself for this so much. I did unlock the game's equivalent of prestiging.
Oh, okay. How's that work?
So I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay.
So every 60 days, you basically get a series of missions, and you have to get resources to build a caravan, essentially. And then when the window opens, you take that caravan and you send your raider on their way with a full loaded caravan, and then they go off into the wilds, and then basically that's the prestige. You respawn a new raider, and that raider has gone away.
Okay.
Part of doing that is you get a permanent bonus for a random bonus for as long as that prestige raider is away. So another 60 days, essentially.
Oh, interesting.
So it might be like, oh, okay, you gain, 1.5 times experience points instead of gaining 1 times experience points, which means that then when you do the night raids, you gain 3 times experience points instead of 1.5.
Oof, okay.
It might be you get a bonus skill point for every couple of levels. So maybe every 5 levels, you get 1 bonus skill point to spend. And like every 60 days, you can do this thing. So I was talking with Rob about this, and I was like, look, I'm going to do something really stupid and try and see if I can do this whole prestige thing and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So just like the trophy case, it has like 6 levels. I think I'm currently on the 3rd level, and I'm searching for light bulbs for a reason I don't know, but okay.
Do it for the lumens.
That's right.
Yeah, probably. But I'm searching for light bulbs because I need light bulbs to get to the next stage to figure out what it is. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, just go look for this type of loot kind of thing. And I don't know, the game is done, it's done super fantastically well for like that. And again, we've talked about it before, it's a 30-minute run. I go in,
right.
I've got like an hour to play, so I can either do 2 runs or I can do 3 shorter runs,
Right.
It's one of those wonderful things that, like, given my limited time space this week, it worked out perfectly.
I mean, it's not going to be like a 4-hour run out of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yes, which brings me to my final game I've played this week. Boston, what is wrong with Isaac?
Hey, man.
Did your boy get a facelift while you were gone?
What is wrong with Isaac? I don't.
So, if you're curious, go back and listen to the year and a half where we were putting out a podcast specifically dedicated to Isaac.
Yep.
I was never the best at Isaac, but I could do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's the thing we've talked about. Like, again, we've talked about before. I play Hades like every day now, but I don't talk about it because I do like 2 floors. I think the thing that I've realized about Isaac is if I'm on a good run, the problem now I have is it's an hour, it's 2 hours.
Yeah,
there is no
right.
short runs in Isaac if you're on a good run.
Right.
And like, okay, this is weird. Are you just pulling footage from today's daily? Because that looks like today's daily.
Was it today's? I don't know. It might be.
But yes, that's literally the character from today's daily.
Okay.
So I don't know who that character is because I haven't unlocked them, and there's too many characters now. So
that should just be whoever starts Eden, the one who's because she has the random hairstyle.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I knew that at some point, but it's just not in my memory anymore.
You mean you forgot it between all the 1,200 items and trinkets and everything in this game?
Yes. Also, I need clarification on whether so the mod you talked about,
Yeah.
when you pick something up, it tells you what it increases. That's great. I got that mod. That mod works.
Yeah,
fine.
that's built into the game now.
Yes. I need a mod that tells me what an item is going to do before I pick it up. So, like, is this, like, I know shielded tears, but is this milk soy milk, Jesus juice? Is it a different kind of milk? Like, that's the problem I have.
That's what it should have done when you turn that on. I had a fire.
Unless it's a different menu setting. I got the thing that shows the stats on the left. I got that to show up.
Yeah.
But I didn't get, like, an item description
There's
thing
a different one.
I'll
I'll have to... tomorrow I'll fire up Isaac on PS5, and I'll see if I can find it.
Dude, you know that putting that on your front screen is a problem, right? Like, you do know that.
I do. I mean, I can
do
always...
you guys want me to install it on my PS5?
No,
so that
please don't.
Like, this game's hard.
Don't make the problem get worse for anybody.
But I'm all about supporting problems.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, I just play more of it and I stream it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that really. I'll look at it. I'll send you.
You could do.
I'll send you a
2
screenshot.
roguelike days.
Yeah.
That would be greatly appreciated because, like, I've tried different settings and I'm just like, I don't know what to do anymore about this. I don't know why it's not working.
And Moon doesn't have anyone else to talk to or the internet.
Okay,
to
so
deal
here's
with.
the thing. I was just gonna make a joke about this because none of the setting descriptions in the game makes sense. So it's like, okay, here is, it's like stat info. That would be a really great suggestion for a description on the game. That doesn't exist. It'll say info and then more info. That gives you more detailed info for the info that's on the left-hand side of the screen. But also some of the options troll you because it's an Ed McMillan game and he can't help himself.
Yep.
So, like, some of the options either lie about what they're called or what they do, or they don't actually do anything unless you have 1 or 2 other ones turned on. Yes, it's exactly as infuriating as it sounds.
And to make it even more fun / infuriating, the Xbox version of this was riddled with so many development problems that it's different than the other versions.
Yeah.
So, like, me trying to Google something just takes you to the PC version of it, and it's just like, okay, that's great.
Well, and
that does not
if
work
you say,
for me,
like,
bro.
oh, I'm playing the Xbox version, people are like, oh my god, screw Nicholas, they're the worst. It's like, okay. Yes, I agree.
And
but
number one,
put it away.
They are correct.
Yeah.
But
I need your help, please.
Yes. And then, but then it becomes this this hilarious problem of, like, if you're listening to this and you have no experience with the Binding of Isaac, that includes you, Nimp, just Google like the Binding of Isaac, like, item name, just a random item name from the game, and you'll see, like, on, like, the Wikipedia for it, which unfortunately it is fandom, you'll see on the Wikipedia for it, like, 15 different symbols with different DLCs and crossed out, and it's like, okay, if you own this version of the game, it's this way. This version of the game, ignore all of that, it's this way. This 4th version of the game, ignore all that, it's this way.
So here, exactly from their page. The original Binding of Isaac had 196 items. Rebirth has a total of 344. DLC Afterbirth added 95 new items for a total of 436. The Afterbirth Plus added 111, which brought that to 547.
Jesus
And
Christ.
Repentance added 189 for a total of 716 items.
189.
An update for Repentance 1.7.5 added 3 new items for a total of 719.
And now there's like online co-op and like rebalancing and stuff. Like, it's wild, man.
It is a funny mess because there is
like you'll see like an item that like I think it's the broken penny. I think Isaac used to start with the broken penny, except for if you own these 2 specific pieces of DLC, in which case he doesn't, or the wooden nickel, I think it might be.
Right.
Then he doesn't start with the wooden nickel anymore. He starts with something else,
right,
which is a completely different thing, unless you.
Yeah, because it says DLC wooden nickel has roughly 50% chance to drop a penny, nickel, dime, and roughly 50% chance to do nothing.
And then a different DLC does something different to it, and then a different DLC does something different to it. It's impossible for me to look this stuff up because there's so many different variations.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the
I think
Xbox version
by
itself
so far
is a huge problem.
Yeah.
On the flip side, I really like Isaac still.
Yeah, it's still really good.
Hey, Boston.
Yeah.
What's this whole path running away from mom thing that I had to do where you sacrifice yourself on a white fire and then you go into the mirror universe?
You turn into a ghost that goes into the mirror realm to fight a different thing and get an item to make a knife to run away from a boss in like a mine shaft to yep. Yeah,
this is what
there's like we talked about it a little bit last week, but in the additional path there are additional mechanics and additional like hidden things to do to get an item to fight a different version of mom. So you fight mother instead of mom, which is like a brutally hard fight. And like there's
can
even
confirm brutally hard.
Yeah.
Mom is not nice.
And there's like even more stuff in there once you start getting like Afterbirth and Afterbirth Plus. I forgot that they integrated the anti-birth fan mod that a team of people wrote a long time ago. That's where a lot of that stuff comes from. And man, that stuff it's just a lot. And it's just like, even if you were keeping up on it, it's just a lot of stuff.
Like it's unreal how much additional stuff is in there. And to put it politely, Isaac was never an easy game to begin with.
No. And I mean,
you guys know how many endings are in the game now?
Probably about 70.
Endings? It's
21 endings.
Yeah, I was gonna guess it was 20. Yeah, because they now have it's very sweet, but they have the now true final ending. At least until they put out a new patch. But it's a very good ending.
Yeah, Eugenics is a prequel, apparently.
Of course.
I'm kidding. I don't know that.
Okay, I was gonna say why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, especially considering how that game goes. But I'm not gonna lie, it's good to see him on all of my feeds doing interviews with all of the people as Eugenics comes out. Say what you want about Ed McMillan, and you are right and wrong to say it in many different variations. But to see that guy who is as open and honest as I've ever seen any developer be, to see him back on my feeds again after 15 years, 20 years, however long it's been since something like this came out,
well, and also
I'm really happy to see him again.
It's so nice to see Eugenics doing really well. The first couple of days were really great, but this weekend on Saturday they hit 100,000 concurrent players on Steam from Eugenics. And that's huge for
So I had heard he had basically made back all of his development costs within a day or two.
They said within the first, I think it was 5 hours they made their development. Okay, 3 or 5 hours they made their development costs.
Cool.
I mean, there's
good for you, man.
There's 2 of them, so you'd think the cost would be fairly low, but good for them of
Yeah, low,
Just
but also how much time, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
and
on.
to remind everyone, this game has not been in development for 13 years. It was originally
No.
conceived 13 years ago. They've been working on it for around 6 to 7 years, which is
Did
still a
you
really
guys
long time. But
did you guys listen to the interview with Patrick Klepek and Ed?
I haven't yet. No,
I
Okay.
I'm
read the
trying to
interview.
get
I
through
haven't
that Game
listened
of the
to it.
Year stuff before I get to
I
that.
listened to it earlier this week, and it was pretty interesting listening to him talk about everything start to finish up to this point, and
Yeah.
how extremely nervous he was about the release. Extremely nervous and extremely happy about the release being here finally.
Yeah.
I mean, like in my opinion, him and I don't remember the gentleman's name, but the original indie game, the movie, like they're talking about Super Meat Boy. That's
Yeah.
the best section of that movie.
Yeah.
In my of that documentary. In
I
my
don't remember
opinion.
his name either.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about if you're listening. But
I
like,
do. The other half of Team Meat from back
yeah,
then.
because like you've got Jonathan Blow being Jonathan Blow, you've got Phil Fish being Phil Fish,
Yeah.
and then these two guys who just like they speak to me because it's like, yeah, two goth kids who like literally don't fit the mold of anything.
Yeah, we're just trying to
happen
make
to
a
make
video
this
game
game.
that's fun.
Is it James Swarsky?
No.
And then there's a
No,
boy, I don't even know how to say that other name, so I'm not
he
even
was
gonna
in the
try.
original. It was the original incarnation of Team Meat, but like,
Yeah.
like that's. I don't know how I feel about Isaac.
Oh, Tommy
right
Refan.
now. I know.
Tommy Refan.
There we go. Tommy.
Yeah.
Like I know it's still a good game. I know I still like playing it. I also know that it's killing me because it's like literally I can't sit down for 20 minutes with it. That's why Ark has been my go-to this week. Because like I'll start a daily and it's just like, is this daily gonna be like 4 hours or is it gonna be like 10 minutes? And then you start it and then you see on the left-hand side of the screen it's got the Super Satan. The Mega Satan symbol. And it's like, well, this is a 4-hour daily.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, it's really frustrating too because like this would be a perfect game for your ROG ally, but you'd have to start back over.
Yep, and I'd have to start. But the problem is the Binding of Isaac doesn't exist on the Windows Store. It only exists on Steam.
Of course it doesn't. Okay, sure. Yep.
So I wouldn't even. The whole purpose of this would be defeated anyway because of that whole nature of the storefronts there. It's like I have played it a little bit, like streaming it from my Xbox to the Ally, but the problem is my Xbox is in a basement, and when I go to bed in the attic. So the internet signal is not ideal,
Right.
and also I have to use internet over coax.
Oh,
like,
right.
I think it's Mocha adapters. So I might have to see if I can switch it to potentially be on the same network, but then that also means switching my Xbox from wired to wireless, going backwards and forwards depending on how and where I'm playing. It's a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't even know at this point. Like, it's difficult to say how easily or hard it would be, but there was just enough latency when I was trying to do the streaming version of it to be like, I mean, it's not ideal,
especially for Isaac. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not twitchy, but sometimes you just need to make very fine movements, like tiny movements, and all it needs is a split second of hitch, and before you know it, you're done, kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, that is all I've been playing this week. 2 games which I weirdly really like. Nim, take me away from the monsterness.
Oh man, I am going to talk about a game that I hate playing.
Okay.
That is Silent Hill F.
Oh, okay.
It's a good game. I am just not the horror person.
So
actually,
Moon
would be the better person. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been listening to I've been trying to get caught up on some podcasts while I've been at work because nothing else is going on except for me working. I did not know that this game had what's the game where the androids save humanity?
Near.
Yes, thank you. I did not know that this game had the Nier thing of New Game Plus tells different stories.
Yes.
Yes. So, I just beat the game this week.
Nice.
And my son and I actually discovered something very interesting. Let me pull up my picture here real quick. So, I have spent a lot of time in the pause menu for this game because like I'll be playing it, something comes up, I have to walk away for a couple of minutes, whatever. PlayStation shows that I played this game for about 13, 14 hours, something like that.
Okay.
The actual in-game clock shows that I beat the game in 5 hours, 32 minutes.
Okay.
So we were discussing back and forth because my son's playtime is different from his PlayStation time as well. So it's like, I think this is one of the few games where it's like, it's not counting pause time.
Yeah, like pause. The timer stops when you're in the pause menu. Yeah.
Which doesn't mean anything. It's just, it was just interesting to find that out because I think it's one of those things where it's like, I don't think it's mattered since the PS1 when you're trying to get some like hidden item where you have to beat a game within 2 hours kind of BS. But anyway.
The Parasite Eve 2 method.
Yes. Or what was Final Fantasy 9 where you had to beat the game in like 10 hours or whatever to get Excalibur 2?
Oh, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid. But anyway.
Oh, you know, dodge 100 lightning bolts consecutively.
Oh my god, don't
200 times. So there was one part in this game, and I will get into a little bit of story spoilers, but not like very specific spoilers. So if anyone's planning on playing this game, just skip to my next one.
Oh, right. Minor spoilers.
Yeah. There is a part in the Dark Shrine where it gets real bad for well, I'll just go ahead and say it. Your character has to cut off their arm with a serrated blade, and they don't get it the first 3 times.
Oh, word.
Yeah, and they have to do it themselves.
Okay, cool. Great.
And then later on in there, they get branded on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on in that same area, I'm trying to think of a delicate way of saying this, but there's really not. So they remove the skin from the top portion of your character's face and then sew a fox mask over it.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Yeah.
Silent Hill going all the way.
Yep. So that was one where it's like, okay, we'll need to have a conversation with my son about this specific part. And we did talk about it. Because he was like, man, that was really hard to watch. It's like, you didn't have to watch it.
Right.
Like,
also,
you
you're
can
right.
skip it. Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's horrific. That's why when you said you wanted to play this game, I was like, cool. I am also going to play this game because I know what Silent Hill is.
Yeah.
And you are at that point where you were just old enough to be okay with it. But we have to have discussions about this game because there's a lot of dark stuff it touches on.
It's doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So we get through all that, and the whole point of her needing to cut off her arm is that they do replace it with what they call a fox arm, which is basically a beast arm with like all this flowing fur on it and stuff. Looks nothing like a fox arm, but anyway, that turns into your main weapon when you are in the dark shrine area now. And it's actually really cool because now she's got where she's just attacking with her claw. But now when you kill something, instead of it regenerating and coming back after a few moments, you can do what's called soul siphoning. And that just straight up kills the character. You're basically sucking the soul out of that monster. It's going into your arm. And depending on the accessories that you have equipped, that could heal you, that could boost up your sanity. So like, but the most important part is it fully kills an enemy in the dark area, so you don't have to worry about them coming back.
Gotcha.
So it's like, all right, cool. That makes this area a lot easier. It only happens in the Dark Shrine area. Once you come back into what we're calling the real world, like her school uniform is all torn up. Like the sleeve that she had to cut the arm off, like that sleeve is missing from her uniform. The back of her shirt, like the square, there's like a square part cut out and you can see where she's like cut up and stuff, but you don't see the brand there, but that's where the brand would have been. I didn't notice anything with her face. And I may not have just been looking hard enough, but I didn't notice anything weird about her face after that whole thing.
Yeah.
So, But as you can continue playing, basically that point is almost like the midway point, maybe a little further. So I just kept pushing it and pushing it, and then I was finally able to beat the game. And beating the game gets you, and I took a screenshot of it, because yeah, you do get New Game Plus, and you keep your faith, which is when you trade in certain items, you start building up faith points, and that's what you use to upgrade your stats for your character.
Okay.
You keep any stats that you have upgraded to this point. You keep non-puzzle documents and journal information, obtained accessories, and certain key items. What it means by certain key items is that now, from what I was reading online, now that I'm in New Game Plus, certain puzzles I can just complete now. I don't have to go through the full thing of figuring out. Like,
that's cool.
So you can just, if you remember what the combination or whatever the finishing thing was for the puzzle, you can just go over there and do it now a lot of the time.
That helps
a lot. So it speeds this up. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to continue playing this or not. One of the cool things with it is that at the main screen, once you've made your clear save file, there is a new option where you can click on that and it'll tell you, or it'll show you, this is the ending that you got. Everyone gets the same exact ending on their first run.
Okay.
On New Game Plus, that's when you can start to branch, and it shows you, I think there was like three or four other endings, and they're all question marked out. And on the right side of the screen, it'll say, hey, here's some parameters that you have to complete to get whatever ending this is.
Okay.
And for one of them, there's only 2 parameters, and it tells you exactly what it is that you have to do. For the next one, it shows a parameter, and then there's like 5 more question marks below it.
Interesting.
And then it kind of continues from there, so you get less and less information until you've played more and more of it.
Huh.
But yeah, at this point in time, my son just beat it yesterday or this morning. Sometime today, maybe. And he doesn't know if he's going to continue playing it. He's thinking he's going to watch the rest of the endings on YouTube. And I was like, okay, if that's what you end up doing, cool, we'll call it here.
No shame in that.
Yeah. But if you're going to keep playing it, let me know, and then I'll keep playing it.
But it's totally cool if you don't. Wink.
Yeah. But for right now, though, I am at the point where it's like it will be easier to keep playing through the New Game Plus stuff. Especially if you get certain weapons that I'm not going to spoil here. They also make it a lot easier, but just having the full-on stat buffs that I have now at the beginning with the accessories that I have, it's supposed to make the game like a walk in the park.
Right.
So if he continues it, no sweat off my back. I know what's coming now. It's not a big deal. So. But yes, that is the end of Silent Hill F for me. It was fine, honestly. I don't have
going to be doing like the New Game Plus stuff or not?
Not right now. I'm not planning on it. Maybe it'll make an appearance for one of the October scary time video games. Yeah. Because the other thing is, like, we have Resident Evil coming out, and I'm trying to figure out, is that something I'm going to play when it comes out, or I'm going to wait until it gets closer to October, Right. So there's some planning going on right now, but one day maybe. The next game that I played, because since I had beaten Atelier way earlier than I was expecting, I was like, okay, I need some other Blue Sky game to pick up and start playing in between Silent Hill. So, of course, the first thing that comes to mind is Dredge.
Famously a Blue Sky game.
Yes. I happened to see that the complete edition was on sale for $19.
That's a steal.
Like, all right. Well, exactly. It was like for 20
bucks. 50% off at the moment.
Yeah, for 20 bucks, you get the original, the main game and the 3 expanded DLCs for it and a couple other things. So I was like, all right, yeah, cool. Let me do that. Starting out, Boston, I know you love this game, so that's why it's always been on my radar. Because the one mini game in a JRPG that I will always check out is the fishing game.
Yep.
Everything else can go to hell, but the fishing game, if it's good, I'll keep with it.
Yep.
So you start out this game, and you're basically your ship gets wrecked because you're going to a place that once fishermen. On your way there, your ship gets wrecked. You end up in this town, and they're like, hey, sucks about your ship, but we happen to have another one, and for I think it's like $300 or something like that, like, we'll just give you this ship for that price. And then what we'll do for you to pay this back is every time you sell fish here, we'll take a small amount out of that to help pay your loan.
Yep.
And you get the rest of the money to do with whatever, and you can sell stuff at other ports that you find, but they won't take out the loan money for you. So it's better to do it here first, even though you may get better prices at other ports. I am 5 hours into this game, and I still have not found another port to actually sell fish at. So I don't, whatever. But I have spent a lot of time in the cove. So when you start out, the little town that you're in, there's like 2 islands that are right next to each other, and in between them is like this little cove kind of thing. And there's a bunch of like fish that you can get there. You can see them. There's like a little like you can see like the water's rippling weirdly, and you can see the school of fish swimming underneath it. And there is a whole thing about, okay, this has a bunch of fish in it, so you can hit it up a couple times before you deplete it, or it may not have a whole lot and you fish it once and then you get depleted. It's like, all right, cool. The minigame portion of this is on PlayStation, you hit square to fish, and then like the spinning little cog shows up, and as it's spinning, you have to hit on the green sections so that way the fish can come up.
Yep.
And it does still come up by itself. So, I mean, I guess you could just sit there and wait for it to come up by itself.
Yeah.
But if you hit on the green, it comes up faster. And the reason that this matters is anytime you are captaining the ship through the waters or you're fishing, time is moving.
Right.
So if you're just sitting in the water, time stops. I mean, not in like the roguelike aspect, but like your little time gauge doesn't move forward unless you're moving or actively doing something.
Yeah.
That has gotten me into a lot of trouble a couple times. I will get into that in a few moments. So starting out, I just kept hitting up that cove, and I managed to pay off that debt pretty quickly.
Yeah, it goes pretty quickly.
Yeah, so, and I didn't even notice that I paid it off. I just all of a sudden noticed that I didn't see the little pop-up saying, and we took out $1.50 or, you know, whatever from your $11 sale. While I'm doing this, I start getting, like, books to read.
That's right.
Okay. What you do with the books is they just show up in your cabin, and you pull up your menu, and you can highlight a book and tell it, okay, read this book while I'm out doing stuff.
Yeah, like while you're sailing.
And yeah, so what actually happens is, I don't know if it's necessarily while sailing, but I know for sure while you are fishing or dredging, they will start reading the book.
Yeah.
And for as long as you're doing it, the percentage will start to tick up on it. And so far I have 3 of them. One made it so that there's like a 10% chance of not lowering how much fish is in a given spot while I'm fishing. Another one increased like my motor speed by like 5% or something like that. And I don't remember what the third one did.
Yeah, they're all like minor buffs that kind of help out overall.
But it's really cool because you don't have to, you literally select the book that you haven't read yet, and then you just go about your day, and then it just pops, hey, you finished reading this book. It's like, oh, okay, cool, let me pick the next one. So I find that, and then I discover the whole thing with the reading. I'm like, cool. And while I'm fishing, I realize, oh, I have not been paying attention at all to the time. And it is 9 o'clock. And I am not, I have gone outside my little cove area, my little cove of safety, and I'm like, okay, I need to get back because this game keeps warning you that, hey, nighttime is really not the best time for you to be fishing right now. It's
you
really
don't want to be out at night.
Yeah. So this is when I get the whole prompt about paranoia. And paranoia makes it so that way you see things in the water that may or may not be there.
Yep.
And you have this tiny little light starting out that helps ward off the paranoia, but not far enough, because the thing that you find, at least that I have found so far, is that rock outcrops that aren't actually there will start to show up.
Yeah.
And if you run into them, they will damage your ship as if they were really there.
Yep.
So that sucks.
Yep.
Because I lost a bunch of metal scrap and a bunch of wood scrap discovering this, because I literally hit one. It's like that dumb duck thing. I was going to the right, I hit one, I go left to steer away from it, hit another one, and then I hit a third one, and I'm like,
Yep.
just
I swear to God.
please. Luckily repairs aren't horrific, and when your ship takes damage, I think it can be damaged like up to 3 times right now.
I think so. That sounds right.
And I don't know what happens if you hit that or exceed it, or whatever. But basically what starts to happen is anytime your ship gets damaged, you start losing space in your hull in the ship. And if there was an item there, that item goes away.
Yeah.
You have lost it. Be very mindful of your quest items.
Yes.
So a lot of what I do is a lot of items that I found, once I get back to a dock or someplace that has a storage, I dump everything except for the fish that I'm going to sell in there.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to worry about it, and it clears up my inventory, so that way I have more room to do things. So I finally do get back, I repair my ship, and this is when the fishmonger is like, hey, have you ever caught any weird looking fish?
And you're like,
and I'm like,
what do you mean by weird looking? Like, how weird?
Exactly. And I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, okay, if you happen to find an abnormal fish out there, bring it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell anybody, just bring it to me.
Yeah, it's our secret, the weird fish.
Okay, cool. I go out there and I think it was the mackerel, like the mutated version of the mackerel, and it's purple. Like, it's apparent
very clear
that this is not normal. I'm like, okay, cool, this is one of the fish that he was looking for. And I go back and I sell all my other fish and I give him that fish, and all of a sudden things get real weird real quick. This guy, it starts talking about how, like, he's like, his hands are at his side and he's like slowly clenching his fists, and he's got like this weird aura about him now, and he starts talking in like this weird staccato stance of, how do you think if a person ate something like this,
Yeah, right?
How do you think what would happen to that?
What would it do to us?
Yeah. And then the guy is like, all right, I think you need to leave now.
Yeah, and I'm like, don't eat the fish. Please don't.
Yeah, and the game basically just says you walk out, basically get pushed out, the door slams behind you, and you hear a bolt slide across the door. And I'm like, that dude is either going to kill me or he is dead.
That dude dead for sure. Oh, no.
So far, he is still there letting me sell fish to him.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming something is going to come of this here in a little bit. But during all of that, when I gave him this weird fish, he also found a like a napkin of some sort. And he's like, here, you keep this. I don't know what this is. I don't want it. The fish is what I'm after. Okay. So now I have this handkerchief, napkin thing that I'm like, all right, I guess that's going to storage. It's gold. It's got to be important for something. Yeah. I find another island slightly off. And this is huge Legend of Zelda Wind Waker vibes of I'm just putzing around on a ship, and I'm just going to keep going in a direction until I find something. Yeah. I find this other island that just has a dock, a mansion, and like a work shed. And that's it. And I talk to the individual at the mansion, and the guy's like, you have something that I want. I'm like, I have a boat, and I have a handkerchief. So I'm guessing you want the handkerchief. So let me pull that out of my storage and give it to you. And I give it to this guy, and he's like, all right, cool. So I am on this quest to get all of these items from some sunken ship.
This guy, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like, how do you feel about dredging? And I'm like, can't do it. I don't have equipment. He's like, don't worry. I got you. And he free of charge installs dredging equipment. And he's like, cool. Now, to pay me back for what I just did, I want you to find shipwrecks and dredge up these items that I'm looking for. All right, no big deal.
Easy enough.
Yeah, I've happened to find a couple locations that I'm like, I wonder what this is. It won't let me interact with it. And now that I have the dredging, it's like, oh, okay, now I can do this. That's what it is. This is how you get your wood, metal, and cloth items to be able to do upgrades and stuff with.
Right, which has a different fishing mechanic than the other ones.
Yeah, because this... So, you get a circle that's there, and the circle has like black spots where it breaks out. Like, it's all one color, like red. and then you come up to like this one section that's black, and underneath the main ring is another ring, and it has black spots at different locations. And so you have to hit square to move your arrow between the two rings so that you don't hit one of the black spots. If you hit a black spot, it stops dredging. Okay. The first thing that I tried to dredge was this giant key thing, and it was going so fast that I was barely keeping up with it. Like, I had to do it a couple of times, and you don't fail, at least so far. Maybe if you screw up enough, you eventually do. But right now, it basically I think it just reset it so that way, because you see like this little icon going up and down, it resets it to the bottom every time I screwed up. So I basically had to redo it over and over again to keep trying it. I wasted so much time getting this key, and I got it. Unfortunately, it was 2 a.m.
Oh, no.
In the game. And there are other things in the waters out here at nighttime.
Out in the deep ocean.
I came across them firsthand. Yeah. There was one thing, it chased me for a while, and I still don't know if it was a like a paranoia thing, or if it was like one of the deep lurker things that they kind of hint is out there somewhere.
Right.
Either way, I don't need to be finding it right now because I have like this tiny little light and it's not doing anything. So I start, once I get back, get all my stuff, give the guy the key, and he's like, all of this stuff must have floated out way further out, so I'm gonna need you to explore further out.
Oh, of course.
Cool. I can't go very far away from these islands because my ship, like, I've replaced both motors. They both have like a move speed of 15. And I'm like, I made it to your island just in time for it to get dark, and you're like not that far from this island. So this is going to be a minute. But yeah, it's like, that's all I've been doing is just slowly working my way around islands and stuff. I found this Explorer Island, or I guess it looks like a rig. Not like an oil rig, but it looks like just a small rig that's in the water next to this island that I found it like a little cove. And I go there because it was getting dark, and looking at the map, there was like this hollow little circle there. I was like, okay, that usually indicates that there's a pier there that I can dock at. And I go in there, and everything's dilapidated. There's a busted up ship in front of this in the water. The building looks jacked up. You tell the game to go into the building. It's like, yeah, everything's in disarray. You start looking at research notes and all this stuff, and it's talking about how like everything has gone sideways in here. Everyone needs to leave. And I'm like,
oh, I remember that spot. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I'm like, I need to spend the night here because I'm not going out there.
Yeah.
At nighttime.
It's a little less spooky here.
Yeah. Luckily, nothing happens when you sleep at the dock. So it's like, all right, cool. Finish exploring the area, and then I go back to where I'm at, and that's kind of what I've been doing. Right, like, that's where I'm at. It's just I'm exploring now. I built a house for a lady. She needed like 2 wood and 2 metal scrap. Gave that to her, and now she's building a home or something on an island. I found enough research points to upgrade my motors. Nice. And now I'm upgrading the fishing rod, and I'm working towards the one big one that has like the 4 different regions that it'll allow you to fish in.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of putzing around. Is it a very good podcast game?
It is, yeah.
Where it's like, I'm just going to go this way.
I'm curious to hear what you think of the like paranoia, sanity stuff that happens at nighttime. Because I think for me, around the time where you're at is where I turned all that stuff off.
Okay.
Because I like it. I think it's a really clever idea. But I think for me, it was kind of antithetical to the game that I wanted to play, which was this kind of chill, blue sky kind of fishing game where obviously you're fishing up like nightmare creatures, but the idea that something is chasing you at night, to me, made the game harder than I think I wanted it to be. I left on, because I think there's a bunch of different options you can choose. I left on.
Mention there's like a lot of quality of life options in here, and I haven't looked at any of them yet. So
I left on the rocks that appear out of nowhere, like the fake rocks, because that was still kind of fun. But the stuff that like was chasing you, or like monsters that are like creeping out of the water at you, I turned all of that stuff off until I needed to turn it back on for, I think it was a trophy.
Yeah.
That stuff I
I mean,
love.
Boston's also a baby.
Well, it's never really scary. I think that's the thing that I was really impressed by with this game, is like, I don't think any of it was genuinely terrifying. It's tense. Like it's definitely like, every player is going to have that moment that Nip had where it's like, oh man, what a great day of fishing. Oh my God, it's 10:30 p.m. I have made a huge mistake. I don't know where I am. I don't know where my home base is. I don't know how to get there. I don't know what I'm going to do. But to me, the stuff coming after you was a non-fun annoyance, and that's what was really bothering me. Of like, okay, cool, like I'm getting punished in other ways for kind of not following the rhythms of the game.
Yep.
This additional punishment isn't super fun.
Yeah, because I started messing with crab cages a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was already at the point where it's like you get like some monstrous sized crabs, and you get some really small ones too. But I was getting to the point where I think I had 5 of them out there at a time. And the way this works is those catches are good for a certain amount of in-game hours.
Yeah.
Before they'll stop catching stuff, and then you have to pull them out, bring them in to get repaired, and then you can go back and drop them. But I was getting to the point where it's like I had so many crabs in my inventory that I didn't have enough room to grab the cages back.
Yeah, exactly.
So then I would empty out the cages, which I had in front of the main dock, go in, sell all the crabs, go back out to grab the cages, and the cages were already full of crabs again. And I'm like, I can't pull all this stuff.
Just give me 2 minutes, man. Come on.
Yeah. So it's like, that kind of sucks. So you run out of you're bumping up against the inventory quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it's that Tetris inventory too. I've made things work.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think there was one time I had to leave one crab cage behind.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't finagle the space. But I was able to get the other 4 and all of the giant crabs in there. So
yeah.
But yeah, I am looking forward to playing more of this.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with that.
The only thing that I find kind of wonky is the control sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's just because you're basically pushing forward, but to go forward, but it seems like it's based off of where the camera's looking sometimes. Because like if I try to look behind me, then the ship starts to turn and starts going to where I'm looking, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to run away from the thing. I just want to see where it's at.
It's really like, eventually you get used to it, but I had the same problem for like maybe the first 5 hours where I'm like, I wanted to go, wait, hold on, just stop the boat. I want to go this way. Like it's a little weird.
But it's pretty fun, so I'm looking forward to playing a lot more of it. But yeah, my next game, this one's going to be super short. I did start playing Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon, my first 2026 game. I did the prologue, and that's about it.
Okay.
So you don't even have to pull up a video for it. Just want to say that I've started it. I will continue to play it. It looks like it takes place a few months after Daybreak 2. So that's where we're at so far. The final game that I'm actually going to talk about, and this one's just a random Hail Mary that I picked up, is Granblue Fantasy Relink.
Oh, yeah.
I have played this game forever ago. I have beaten the game forever ago. I'm in what's called Story 0 chapter, which is basically the end game. And so I was like, I need something to play, much like Dredge, but something else where I feel like I'm doing more progress with.
And this is, to be clear, this is the hack and slash RPG, not the fighting game.
The RP. Yep, correct. Which apparently did really well.
It did,
because later on this year we are getting DLC for this game, and this game came out in 2024.
Dang, nice.
Yeah, they've been doing updates to it and all that, and it sounds like they've added a character or two. But where I'm at right now, this is the exact thing where it's like, okay, I need to do the side mission. And up top it says, okay, this side mission is just a boss fight. It's going to take you, or you have like 4 minutes to fight this boss before you're going to get kicked out.
Okay.
It's like, all right, cool. Let me run that. Or I'll pick something else where it's like you were trying to gather items while fighting off waves of like goblins. You have 20 minutes to complete this mission kind of thing.
Okay.
None of those, like all of these I've mostly been able, except for like the really hard ones. I'm usually able to do within like 5-10 minutes. So even though I have that 20-minute timer, if your characters are spec'd out or high enough, you just blow right through it.
Okay.
I am starting to get into the higher range difficulties of hard mode. It says that your group power let me take that back. Each character has its own power rating depending on equipment and stats and everything that you have in them. Each quest that you go to take will say, hey, your character should be a power level of like 3,000.
Oh, okay.
All right. As long as one character is whatever level that is, you can go in there with the rest of them being lower. I am pretty sure it will also let you go into it at a lower power level. You're just not going to have a fun time.
Sure.
Is the problem. So you're probably going to use that full 20 minutes if you even manage to get through it sometimes. So I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing at this point. I'm kind of just going at it blind. I had a bunch of side missions that I started out with. I slowly started clearing those out today, and I am down to like 4. And every time you clear out a side mission, there's 2 towns in the game that you can go to. They're basically hubs. And they have treasure chests and random items that you can find. And luckily, at some point they've updated this where you can just open up the map and it'll show you, hey, here's where all the treasure chests are. Here are where the random items are that you can pick up. It will tell you, you've already opened this treasure chest. And you know this because there's a check mark over it. But this one's still showing closed. So go check out if you have the key or whatever to open up that one. So I do that after every thing. But right now, I know I know I'm supposed to be building up my characters so that way I can start getting ready for the extreme difficulty, and then I think there's an ultimate difficulty after extreme.
Oh, dang.
So I'm just supposed to be building up my characters, but I'm kind of at the point where it's like I don't really have a direction. I don't necessarily want to look anything up just yet, but my main character I started beefing up. I started throwing in all the points into it so that way I'm getting its stats increased and everything, and I've forged some weapons for it. I have upgraded those weapons for it. Like, this is full-on MMO mobile game where it's like, hey, you need, like, here's a list of 10 items that you need, and you need various amounts of each item. And once you have those, you can finally unlock the level cap on your weapon.
Yeah.
But then you need to go grind these weapons so that way you can feed your weapon XP. And oh, look, you're back at the level cap. So now you need to find these new list of items. And
that's all the good gotcha game stuff.
That's why I had to put this down.
Yeah, that's why I had to put the original Granblue Fantasy down, because I was like, nope, can't keep doing this.
So, and with that, this does not have any of the gotcha stuff in it. And there's no payment of anything. You go in, you earn everything in-game. So, that's where I'm at with this game. I am lost, a little confused on some things. I had to get reoriented with the controls because dodge is R2 for some reason.
Oh, of course.
And lock-on was like L2 or something. And I tried to change it so that way my dodge was circle, but then it screwed it up and put my attack... What the heck is it? My normal attack, my heavy attack on the R1, R2, which isn't a big deal, but then it changed my modifier for my skills to triangle and then the shoulder buttons, which was really screwing me up. So I'm like, let me just put it back to how it was. What was it, like default A or something like that? And it's like, I will not play a Souls game while I'm messing with this.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
It's going to screw me up so hard right now. So I still can't even get the dodges right. I think I've gotten like a couple perfect dodges by accident at this point because I'm still like hitting circle. And I'm like, nope, that's link attack and I've been hit.
That's right.
But yeah, this is just something I'm going to play on the side off and on for a little bit just because it is short where it's like I can pop in for 20 minutes and
it'll tell you how long the missions are going to take at maximum, so that's perfect.
Exactly. So, and I can run a handful of them and start building stuff up and getting prepped for this DLC that's coming out at some point, which is going to add I think it's like 4 more characters, and there's like a ton of new areas and quests and stuff that they're adding to it. So
that's cool.
It's like, all right, cool. I'm really looking forward to it because what you guys got in here right now is way too much up my alley, which is why I had to stop playing it to begin with.
Yeah.
But that is my last game for this week.
All right. Should come as no surprise that I didn't play anything this week because I was too sick. I played a little bit FTL. Go listen to We Roguelike It, weroguelikeit.com. We're talking about that as our most recent game. Let's knock out the releases for the week of February 15th, 2026 here. We're going to start off with Caves of Cud, finally coming out on the Switch. If you haven't seen this is kind of the launched last year after being in early access and kind of development for, I think it was around 10, 11-ish years. Huge roguelike hit, kind of balancing the roguelike sensibilities with some kind of crafted storytelling stuff.
It's of a kind with Dwarf Fortress.
Exactly. Yeah, that kind of like anything can happen, and by that I mean you were turned into a refrigerator full of mushrooms and that's your character now. That sort of thing. So like people really love it. I haven't played it largely because I'm scared of it in the same way that I was scared of Dwarf Fortress. From a learning and a time perspective. So I don't know. I have heard though people have really loved how it plays on controller, even the PC version. So don't let that dissuade you from checking out any of these versions. Apparently the controller layout for this somehow is incredible, which is wild for like a turn-based game of this ilk. So it's cool. Check out Caves of Cud coming out on Switch. Next up, we have Avowed coming out on the PS5. A couple of notes here. $50 launch price for the regular version. And this also launches with the anniversary update on all platforms. So it's on PS5, but it's also on Xbox Series consoles and PC. This is Avowed. It has had a bunch of upgrades or updates throughout the year. It's still apparently a really great game. The anniversary update includes New Game Plus. You can edit your character once you've created them in the game. There's new playable races. There's a ton of difficulty sliders. I love more games are doing this now where you can like kind of specify how you want your difficulty to be. A new weapon type, quarterstaff, and a whole bunch of more new stuff. So I understand that's free for the existing platforms, and it comes day one on the PS5 version. So,
yep.
I haven't gotten around to playing Avowed. I'm fairly sure I would really like it, but I should probably check it out at this point because everyone seems to really like it. So
at some point,
yeah. Oh, now it's on my daily driver, so like it makes it a little bit easier. So I don't have to like deal with the PC stuff, and I don't have to deal with turning on my Xbox ever. So I appreciate that. I'm glad that more of this stuff is coming out on PS5. It's just really great. Next up, in a surprise release, Paranormicite: The Mermaid's Curse, coming out on Switch, PC, iOS, and Android, because of course. This is kind of wild. We played Paranormicite 2 years ago on Game Club, the very first one.
I think it was last year, bro.
Okay. And we really loved it. I was shocked at how great that game was. The first Paranormicite is incredible, especially because it's playing with the visual novel expectations a little bit. And they, for a long time, were saying, well, we can't really make another game, but we're going to make like a series of manga, and we're going to continue the story that way. And then just this last week, they're like, just kidding. Actually, here's another game. Oh, also it's out. So that's incredible. I'm super excited to check this out at some point. I'm hoping it's going to kind of be the same wild trip that the first one was. So if you haven't checked out that first one, you really should. It's really great. The Mysteries of Hanjo, I think, was the first one. This one is The Mermaid's Curse. So hopefully this turns out to be a franchise, because I think these are super great. So that's coming out this week. And last but not least, Styx Blades of Greed comes out this week. PS5, Series consoles, and PC. This is the third game in the Styx series, if I remember correctly.
I believe so, yes.
This was the you play as a goblin, and it's like heavily stealth focused.
Yep, it's Goblin Metal Gear.
Yeah, but with like, even from what I understood, even less focus on combat. Like, you really want to avoid the combat completely. People seem to really like those first two ones, but those came out quite a while ago, so I wasn't sure if they were ever going to come out.
I thought the franchise was done.
Yeah, me too. Like, I'm surprised there's another one, but these games have looked really cool. I've never gotten around to playing them, but they seem like something I'd like, but I've sort of never gotten there. But glad to see this is coming out, and there's a third one here, so cool. I like seeing more games like this. But that's all the releases we have this week, and that's the end of our episode, because I want to go rest my voice. You can find us at tvgp.tv. Everywhere to find and follow us is on the right-hand side of the page. Patreon.com/E1M1 or E1M1.cash.
The ones are the numbers.
The $5 a month tier is the recommended one. That gets you everything. Anything above and beyond that is greatly appreciated. Can't support us over there, please like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, rate us positively on your podcatcher of choice. All of that stuff really does help. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Hi. Sorry, I was working on banning somebody.
That's okay. I appreciate you. All right, Nimp, what are your titles this week?
All right, I have 739280 because I thought it was really funny that you just read it off like that.
I don't even remember that.
That's just his achievement score.
Oh,
but he read it off so...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do it for the Lumens, and can confirm brutally hard.
All right, Moon, what do you have?
Hiding in the bathroom. Wolfpack is the new nomenclature. Do it for the Lumens. Brutally hard. Mom is not nice, and Boston is a baby.
I have ID SPIS POPD. Hiding in the bathtub. I want the Wolfpack. Do it for the Lumens, and Cove of Safety. We had Do it for the Lumens on all three of our lists, so that's probably on our short list here. Is there anything else that people, you guys, you peeps, y'alls, yins have?
I'm good with Do it for the Lumens.
I'm good with that.
I am good.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, dang. On it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 956 for February 16th, 2026. Do it for the Lumens.
Find the lady of the night.
600 LED lumens is just enough to make a room pucker up.
All right, thanks, everyone.
I don't like the pucker in there, dude.
That's why I threw it in
It's
there.
had to get spicy with there. Yeah.
I
all right.
the full reference.
All right, thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. We do greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Bye.